Hey, what's up everyone? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids out at the Bushcraft base camp. Today we're looking at this, which is the UCON Hawk from Tops Knives. Now when you first look at this, you may think, hey, that looks similar to the Hammer Hawk from a few years ago. There are some similarities, there are also some significant differences. Thinner profile, 1095 instead of 1075 for your steel. Also G10 handle, but it's this G10 with rubber mixed into it, so it gives you a really nice grip. When I first saw this, I thought it was actually a full-size hatchet, but then when I actually got my hands on it, I realized actually it's smaller, but a great tool for just around camp. Certainly you can do some woodworking with it. Most woodworking hatchets have a flatter edge as opposed to that sweep, but I think it's done a good job for me in the different uses that I've put it through. A little bushcrafting axe. So I think something like this combined with a smaller knife could be a really nice combo for the woods. You can see you can choke your hand all the way up there to do some of that detail work. We got multiple positions here, the way the UCON Hawk is built to get a really good grip. Nice lanyard holes there, so you can put a lanyard on there to really start hacking with this thing. So I've actually already used this, but we're gonna put it through the paces on camera today so you can see what it looks like. And yeah, it's a cool tool. I'm really enjoying this thing so far. Let's show you what it looks like in use after we give you some details. All right, 15 inches from end to end, 4.87 inches for your cutting edge. Again, 1095 for your steel. It is 1/4 of an inch thick. They do have the nice tumble finish on that, and your Rockwell hardness is between 56 and 58. So 31.1 ounces versus 36.3 ounces for the Hammer Hawk. So the handle material is called G10 Suretouch. That's the G10 with the rubber that's mixed into it. Really nice looking handles. I mean, Tops generally has some really cool designs on their handles. And again, lots of contour here, so you can hold it in different positions all the way up here in the middle and then down at the bottom as well. Leo Espinoza is the designer for the UCON Hawk, and that's kind of the quick rundown here. I'm going to put it through the paces. I also want to show you the sheath system, which is quite cool as well. So there's a look at your sheath or mask. It's going to cover the cutting edge, leather, tops, just nice thick welt there. So you could, just like this, put it into a pack and it's going to be nice and safe. Just make sure that it's snapped down nice and firm. It also does come with a belt loop as well. So I'll roll in some footage so you can see what that looks like. I will tell you that the end of the handle is kind of thick, so it takes a little bit of English to get it out of the belt loop, which is good. Better that than it being too loose and falling out. But nice system to carry it and to keep it safe while it's traveling. I'll start off and just process down some small wood if we were trying to maybe get a campfire going. But you'll see it does a good job with this. Not surprising, not really big pieces of wood, but really easy to hold. Feels comfortable in hand. Now something to note, it does have a pommel there on the back, so it's going to be, it's not super wide, so you're going to be aware of that, but you can certainly use it, as you can see. Now another advantage of a full tang hatchet is that you can baton with it, so I'll show you here real quick. This piece of wood has an interesting curve to it, so we'll see how this works. Yep. This piece of wood definitely has a pretty big knot in it. Let's see how this works. Oh, pretty easy work of it, quick work of it. Yep. UCON Hawk doing some work. A little bit more chopping here. Alright guys, so you've seen it in use on camera and I've used it off camera. I'm going to be using it tonight here at the Bushcraft base camp as my family and I have dinner out here. A couple thoughts to share with you. First off, price point. At the time of this video, it's at $265, so it's definitely not a cheap product. But I think, you know, it's tops, it's going to last you a lifetime. So a good investment for a very cool tool. I'll be honest with you, when I first got this, I was a little bit disappointed because I thought, like I said, it was a full-size axe. But over the past 2 or 3 weeks that I've had this thing, it's really grown on me a lot. And the handle, I particularly like the handle, just the all the contours in it, so it gives me more control if I hold it here. Obviously a lot more control if I choke up. And yet, especially if I throw a lanyard on there, I can really hack with this thing and chop effectively. So you probably hear the wind kicking up here a little bit. I think it's the residual effect of the hurricane that just hit the southern United States and it's coming up the coast. It's definitely dissipated, but I think this is the leftovers of it. But anyhow, really cool tool. I think this combined with a little cutting tool could be awesome. I was just checking out the new SE Zancudo, which has a kind of similar look and feel to the handle there. So S35 yen for this, 10.95 for this. Nice combination of tools. You got a, you know, more detail and then more aggressive option. So anyhow, yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of Tops knives and they make great stuff. Some of the things I like more and less based on the size and the functionality. But as far as like a bushcraft, camping, multi-use hatchet, this thing is pretty sweet. It's not going to be an amazing splitter, as you can see, just because of how thin that profile is. So, you know, for an axe that's going to split, or a hatchet even, you know, you want it to have a pretty significant wedge. So this doesn't have that, but it's still, you know, it chops well and it splits some wood. It definitely batoned well for me. If I'm splitting anything with this, it's going to be small pieces of wood that I can, you know, chop without a ton of force. I'm definitely not trying to fell a ton of trees and make a log cabin with this thing, but definitely a highly functional tool so far in my use of it. So obviously price point is going to eliminate some people from wanting to purchase this just because $265 is not cheap. But it's one of those buy once, cry once, or cry once, buy once type of things with Tops. So let me hear your thoughts on this, the UCON Hawk. And real quick, UCON, I think Craig from Tops told me that it's a town near them, and so it's not supposed to be UCONN like the University of Connecticut. It's the town near where they live. Anyhow, let's hear your thoughts on the UCON Hawk. Let's get the conversation started in the comment section. All right, guys, thanks as always for checking out the videos here on YouTube. Please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids if you haven't done so already. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us out on Instagram, Tumblr, and Vero as well. More videos coming soon. Take care.